Start off with our word on wealth to give you an idea of what's going on in the economy today and how it affects you right here in Santa Clarita.
Very good, Don. Very good. What an intro today.
Thank you.
So there's a lot of things going on, but today we're going to talk about your favorite subject. It's jobs. Jobs are the word of the day today, tomorrow. It seems to be what's in the news. There's some stuff going on in Europe, but we're going to hold off on that till next week. Let's see how that pans out. But I want to talk about jobs internally. So we got an ADP report today that said that
Not an ADD report.
No, I would be all over that.
Yeah, you're on that.
Yeah, we got an ADP report today that was pretty much in line with expectations. But what I want to point out is that just a few reports ago, ADP changed the model on how they calculate those numbers. So I would almost, ADP is usually not a good indicator anyway.
Nope.
But now that they changed the model, I would just toss that out. Just don't even bother with that report. It's not accurate right now. Don't worry about it. Do not act emotionally on that report. For sure, don't go buying and selling stock on that report right now.
Well, and that's why you need to listen every week. And if you need to, if you missed us a week, you can always go to our website at donandgino.com because we have our past shows. All our past shows are on there when you click on the Listen Live button. You'll get to see our guests, watch our show. But also if you go to the YouTube channel that's on our website, you can actually see highlights from our shows. We have probably 70, 80 highlights on there that you definitely don't want to miss. And reach out to us anytime at 855-DON-GINO, 855-DON-GINO, and let us know what topics you'd like us to talk about.
So we know we're going to throw away the ADP jobs report, at least for the next month or two. So we covered that. We'll remind you about that next time it comes out. But what the job report that is important is the one we're going to have tomorrow, Don, because it's the big, flashy unemployment numbers, which prior to the election got really attractive. They were down to 7.8%, which is the best number we had seen in years.
How convenient.
How convenient.
Right before the elections.
I'm not sure, but I'm going to gander to say that tomorrow's number starts with an 8.
I'm in with you. I'm not betting against it. We're not betting $1 on that one.
So I don't know, right? None of us know what's on that report, but I'm just saying it could happen.
I think so. Because bottom line, we need, you hear me talk. My drum that Gino always mentions is jobs. Without jobs, we don't have a recovery. And we were talking about trends. And this is where you, by listening on a regular basis, understand these trends. Because new unemployment claims were above 400,000 during this our economy collapsing, for lack of a better term. And a lot of you have lost your jobs, and I know my wife lost her job, so I feel your pain. And then when the economy started to seem like it was rebounding, claims got down to around 350,000. Let me clarify. You're like, wait, I know 300 people are out of jobs. 350,000. Unfortunately, then it started trending back up around the 370, 375, which is not a good trend. And then we did have some numbers that came out a few weeks ago, and luckily, if you were listening, you would not have acted emotionally like Gino said, because the numbers got above 400 again. And if you didn't understand what these unemployment numbers were or listen to why, they were basically affected by Hurricane Sandy. A lot of people lost their jobs.
You called it last week, Don. I mean, I got to give you props on that one. You called it last week. You said, don't get crazy on this. It's Hurricane Sandy. And there it is. 1 week later, 30,000 less claims. I love it.
Isn't it nice we get right every once in a while? Actually, we do our homework. And when we share what Brandon Montemayor is bringing on, he knows his numbers. And what's cool is numbers don't lie. That's why we love our job working with Cherry Creek Mortgage and helping people with their dream of home ownership, whether it's refinancing, buying their next bigger home, investing in a home, whatever it is. Numbers don't lie, and we do know our numbers. Brandon knows his numbers, and again, you're going to be shocked when you hear these numbers. I'm going to keep teasing you because you don't want to miss these numbers, because when you brought them out to us, Brandon, at lunch, I was like, huh? Oh, my God. Scary.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it was bad.
Okay,
so it's bad and good.
Yeah, and speaking of bad and
both sides too.
Bad.
Always both sides.
Yeah,
yes.
Always both sides.
And we're going to talk about how it affects sellers and buyers and how it affects you. And these are numbers right here in Santa Clarita. These are not, national numbers that don't affect you. These affect you. And what also nationally may affect you, we have to touch on it briefly, the fiscal cliff.
The fiscal cliff, yeah. I would say we got a little bit of good news this morning, but it's all hearsay. One guy says this, the other guy says that. We bring you the truth. The truth is we don't know what's going to happen yet. But what I heard this morning was that they're talking about raising the income level so that the people that are most impacted by the changes are going to be over $500,000 in earnings rather than $250,000 in earnings. And if you're like me, good stuff. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, unless you want to call and give Brandon Montemayor and the Donna and Gino team a lot more business, I'd love to have a tax problem above $500,000. How about that?
Oh yeah, I'd love to pay $500,000.
You'll take it?
Yeah, right? I'd love to pay $500,000 in taxes.
I'll pay my share. I'm not going to hide. I'm saying it right here. I will pay my share. So yeah, and they're looking at options. They're kicking the can down the road some, of course, because we're not going to come up to a full resolution. Tim Geithner, the guy who runs the show, basically said, we're definitely going off the cliff.
Yeah, don't listen to him. He's going to lose his job soon anyway.
He's
a lame duck. He's going to get replaced.
You heard it here. More jobs lost. Right in the government.